What if I told you that changing your entire life wasn't about some massive, heroic effort, but about a single tiny change? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into. We're going to break down the core ideas from James Clear's incredible book, Atomic Habits, into a framework you can literally start using today.
This quote right here, this is the heart of the entire book. And wow, does it flip conventional wisdom on its head? We all have goals, right? But think about it. Why do they so often fail? Clear says the secret isn't in the goal itself. Nope, it's all about the systems you have, or more often, the systems you don't have. So just how powerful is a tiny change? It's kind of mind-blowing. If you get just 1% better each day, you won't just be a little better at the end of the year. Because of the magic of compounding, you'll be nearly 37 times better. That's not a small difference. That's a total transformation.
And that is the core principle we're talking about. Think of these small atomic habits as the little building blocks of amazing results. It's not about some huge overnight success story. It's about the quiet, compounding power of just showing up and making tiny improvements day after day.
But before we even get into the how, we have to talk about the who, and this is crucial. Clear insists that real, lasting change isn't about the outcomes you want to achieve. It's about the person you want to become. It all starts with an identity shift.
You see, most of us try to change from the outside in. We start with the outcome, right? Like, I want to lose 20 pounds. Clear argues we need to flip this model completely. Start with your identity, the person you want to be, and let that belief guide your actions and eventually deliver your results.
This leads to such a powerful question you can ask yourself every single day. Instead of obsessing over the outcome, focus on the identity. Every single action you take becomes a vote for the type of person you want to be. So every time you go for a run, you're not just exercising, you are literally casting a vote that says, I am a runner. Okay, so you have that identity in mind. How do we actually build the habits to support it? Well, it all starts with the first of 4 laws. Make it obvious. This one targets the very first step of any habit, the cue. And the whole goal is to make the right cues absolutely impossible to miss.
The first step is just simple awareness. Most of our habits are just on autopilot. We don't even think about them. The habit scorecard is this really cool tool to just bring them into the light. You just list out your daily actions and label them. This isn't about judging yourself, not at all. It's just about seeing what you're already doing.
Now this is a game changer. It's called habit stacking, and the idea is to piggyback a new habit onto a routine you already have. You don't have to find a new time or place, you just link the new thing to something you already do automatically. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. See? Simple.
So once a habit is obvious, the next step is to make it attractive. This is the second law, and it hones in on that craving part of the habit loop. Look, to make a habit stick, you can't just know you should do it. You have to actually want to do it.
And a really powerful way to do this is with a technique called temptation bundling. The idea is brilliant. You pair an action you need to do, the habit you're trying to build, with an action you want to do, something you genuinely look forward to.
The formula for this is so simple and so effective. After I exercise for 30 minutes, I will watch my favorite show on Netflix. You're using the dopamine hit you get from looking forward to a reward to pull you through the harder task. Pretty soon, you actually start to look forward to the hard habit.
All right, law number 3. This one tackles the biggest obstacle to pretty much any habit, friction. It targets the response, the action itself. Our brains are basically wired to save energy and take the path of least resistance. So, the easier you can make a good habit, the more likely you are to actually do it.
And the key strategy here is the 2-minute rule. The idea is to scale down any new habit until it takes less than 2 minutes. Read before bed becomes read 1 page. See, the goal isn't to be perfect on day 1. It's simply to master the art of showing up.
Clear calls this building an entry ramp to your habit. So instead of thinking about the entire 3-mile run, which can feel like a lot, your only job is to do the first 2 minutes. Just put on your running shoes and walk out the door. If you can master the beginning, the rest has a funny way of following.
And that brings us to the 4th and final law, the one that truly makes a habit stick for good. Make it satisfying. This law targets the reward phase because, let's be honest, for any behavior to be repeated, our brain needs some kind of immediate satisfaction.
Our brains are wired for immediate gratification. This is so key. And it creates a huge problem because the reward for a bad habit, like eating junk food, is right now. But the reward for a good habit, like working out, that's delayed. To make good habits stick, we have to find a way to reward ourselves now.
And a habit tracker is the perfect tool for this. The simple act, putting a big X on a calendar, gives you a little hit of satisfaction. It makes your progress visible, and it builds this chain that you really don't want to break. And it comes with this one beautiful, gentle rule. It's okay to miss a day, but never miss twice.
So, let's bring this all together. Forget about the massive, scary goal for just a minute and focus on the identity you want to build. What is one tiny 2-minute action you can take right now, today, that would be a vote for that person? Because that right there is where real change begins.